Hello and what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Miguel. You're watching Miguel EDC, the channel where we talk everything EDC gear here. And today we're doing another quick unboxing video, sharing with you my first reactions and unboxing experience. I just got this package here from Work Knife Balance, so check out Work Knife Balance's channel if you haven't already. He also makes awesome knife and EDC content on here on YouTube. And of course, I believe this one's coming via the Lefty EDC knife pass around, so check out Lefty's channel as well. Doing the honor here, we have the Gin Damascus DIY build your own knife. So I just did a build series on this one here in the channel. It's a great gift idea. First, basically a nice build your own knife experience kit. And if you want to check it out, it is going to be linked in the description, just like every other knife in this video, including the ones in the box. And yeah, just had a lot of fun with this one, right? The build was not difficult at all. So if you're, ever want to build a knife or just gift it as a gift idea, I think it's pretty sweet, right? To get people into knives and things like that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this thing here, shall we? I think the best way is to do a little pinch grip here, and we're going to just cut through the side if I am able to. Let me see here. Bam, just like that. All right. And then maybe a little cut through the sides here. Boom. Bam. So if you guys are ready, I'm ready. Let's see what's in here, shall we? Bam. We got the one knife. All right. A little bit of a heavy box. I'll give you that. I can definitely feel some heft to it. And we got Shield Arms with the sticker. All right. Killing it there. Check out Shield Arms channel as well. Get that other box out of the way. We have Trivisa knife going on here. First time ever in the channel making a debut. Better materials and craftsmanship. How about that? All right, interesting black box here with some gold accents. It has a little sleeve looking cover, right? The inner box looks similar to the cover logo. Better materials and craftsmanship with a blue finish. And the top comes off. Boom. Got a better materials and craftsmanship handout. All right, a little sticker here for QC. It passed. This is the product name Trivisa knife. Performance standards. Bada bing, bada boom. All right, after tests, all test results of this product are in line with standard requirements. This inspection is qualified. The product is qualified for delivery. Thank you for choosing Trivisa knife. There we go. You can pause and read through that if you want. Enjoy that 4K definition that we now have in the channel. Nice little Trivisa pouch there, a wiping cloth. And here is the knife. Oh, okay. All right. What are we dealing with here, guys? No wonder it felt quite a little bit hefty on the box. This is what I'm assuming this one's going for is the overbuilt aesthetics, right? Definitely has some sort of futuristic retro punk, cyberpunk sort of look to it, if you would. Crazy combination here of materials, right? Looks like we have dark, black here. We have some shred carbon fiber and what seems like titanium going on. So this section is magnetic, right? This section here is getting pulled through the carbon fiber. And this section is still getting a little bit of pull, but again, kind of looks like titanium if I had to guess there. We're looking very, very sweet. It is a crossbar lock. Definitely got some size to it. That's a first impressions there. We also have thumb studs for both sides. So yeah, let's just cut through the chase here. Let's go ahead and get this thing open, shall we? Holy smokes, you guys. What in the Betty Crocker are we dealing with right here? This thing is savage. This is one crazy long blade. This thing is some doomsday zombie apocalypse destroyer here. Holy smokes. Yeah, did I mention I have average size hands? This thing looks like a sword in my hand. This is insane. Yeah, definitely got some size to it. We'll do some size comparisons here in just a moment. But surprisingly, it feels pretty good on hand. Right, you got a nice little curvature here for your index finger, one for your middle finger. All other fingers follow suit. This little cutout section back here provides some jimping for additional grip, right? Looks like that. And okay, feels pretty decent right there. You got some jimping on the aligners and scales there, but also you have this concave section here, right? Or curvature inward with some additional jimping. So you could probably put your thumb there like that. And yeah, that feels right at home now. Now we're talking, right? It feels really good right at home. What a beastly looking thing. Holy macaroni. So yeah, ergonomically it feels good, right? Feels nice on the hand. I feel the pocket clip maybe a tad bit if I really squeeze hard, I want to say you could probably, yes, you can forward choke on this thing, right? There's a very small sharpening choil, finger choil, if you would, situation going on there, so you can get a little bit more control of this longer blade, you know, like that. So that's nice. Materials wise, we have 14C28 and on the blade. It's printed right there. It has a number 013. I'm not sure if these are actually a serial number or not. And as for the blade, we have, I want to say, a harpoon drop point, or just harpoon period. Crazy ground going on here. This feels like a hollow ground situation going on right here. But then you have a flat grind going on towards the front. On top of things, you have this crazy fuller also going on in there. I mean, this thing is like from another planet. Like, oh my goodness. What have we gotten ourselves, what have we gotten our hands into right here? Holy crap. Yeah, again, very interesting the way they kind of layer the scales, right? The liners are exposed back here. Then you have the layer of carbon fiber, then a layer of what looks like titanium. Again, it's still not confirmed. I was getting pulled right through because I do have a strong magnet on this Woven XO. By the way, check out the unboxing on this thing. Very powerful, nice little EDC light, right, with different settings. So been carrying this one a ton here. Review for this one's coming up in the channel very soon. But yeah, back to this thing. Let's go ahead and try to retract the crossbar lock. All right, fingers out of the way. I would definitely not want to be in the way of that blade. Okay. So I'm noticing something here right off the bat. Ooh, I wonder if it's my hands or what's going on. I wonder if I'll check out Work Knife Balances video on this knife too before I do the review. But I'm noticing it's this ending right here is a little bit peaky, right? A little bit pointy, a little bit peaky. So as I'm trying to get a grip here to retract the blade, right, I am definitely sort of stabbing myself with that peaky corner right there. So maybe that was not the best call. Again, this is just an unboxing and first impressions. So I'll definitely be carrying this guide to share feedback. Perhaps if as you see, the blade, even though the blade is heavy, it actually doesn't slam down like a guillotine. I can pull back all the way, and I still have to give it enough, you know, flick of the wrist for it to drop. So that's interesting. This thing is humongous. Holy macaroni. This is something. Again, still, yeah, definitely feeling that, you know, peaky corner right there stabbing me a little bit. You know, again, that's hopefully that you know, it's not an issue carrying this guy. Again, I'll give you more insight during the review video. But man, that is one chunk of blade right there, ladies and gentlemen. Holy smoke. So yeah, pocket clip situation. We do have a reversible pocket clip. After all, this is a, you know, crossbar lock, which are by nature lefty friendly. I don't even want to try to disengage this guy. For one thing, I don't have the leverage of the pocket clip on this side, and then I'm also stabbing myself on this hand too. So I kind of see that as a thing with this knife. I'm not sure if other reviewers or the YouTubers have pointed that out already. As far as the action though, it's very smooth, right? The way that blade drops. Again, I feel like once you figure out how much tension it takes, I feel like, yeah, we have a name here, the Task, right? So this is once again, the Trivisa Task, right? And yeah, this is quite a task, trying to handle this big of a sword, foldable sword situation going on here. I want to say this guy is ball bearings, more than likely. Or are these washers? I mean, it's such a tight fit. You know, it could be washers. Maybe that's why it doesn't just fall shut right away. Right? It kind of gives you a little bit. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I keep getting myself stabbed right there with this corner. That's gonna make it very uncomfortable, unfortunately. But let's just move on to the size comparisons here, right? Again, this thing is a behemoth. I'm just gonna put it out there because I think the only thing that could possibly even come close to this thing is my Kaiser Momo, and even that is smaller than the Trivisa Task right there, right? So take a look there for yourself. I want to say perhaps something like a fixed blade, right? Not even. There is the Kabox from Kaiser as well, fixed blade. Even with this whole ring situation back here, is nowhere even close to the size of this guy. Here's some more of the typical ones in the channel. There's your PM2 and Para 3, right? Again, they look like babies next to this thing. I mean, like, we're talking about inch and a half bigger than the PM2 for sure. Much bigger than the Para 3, obviously. Of course, Demko AD 20.5 is going to look like a fetus next to it. The Beastly RSKAOS even looks tiny by comparison. There's the Kunwu Chad and the Civivi Vision FG. Right, both are actually, yeah, definitely shorter, no doubt about that. And the CJRB Prado, which is again a large knife, looking very small by comparison, and even smaller is the CJRB Hectare, right? You guys be the judge there again. Yeah, that is quite something, you guys. Quite something indeed. But again, you get the idea, right? The main point of this is just to give you a ballpark where these guys land size-wise. So if you own any of those, you kind of get a feel for what this thing is. But yeah, pretty much bigger than anything you own for the most part. Of course, let's go ahead and do our scientific cutting test. Now, for one thing, you do have a chunk of cutting path right there. That is at least 5 inches, if not more. I don't know. I got to get the tape measure out here. Typically, don't do this during unboxing, but this is a must. Look at that, 4 1/4 inches on the cutting path, almost 4 1/2 on the blade length right there. That is a behemoth of a blade. So let's see, right? Cutting through some paper here. Yeah, there's again a dual ground going on, if I'm how to mention that, hollow and flat. So as long as it gets a good initial bite, it actually seems to be holding a pretty good edge. Let's get some more longer cuts. Okay, so it cuts there and then it tore the paper. Okay, I wonder if there's anything to do with this section right here. There's maybe a nick there, if anything. That's about it. So and keep in mind, this is not a brand new knife out of the box or anything. It has certainly seen some use. That one was a clean cut right there. All right. I feel like the issue is once it reaches the transition between hollow and flat, that's when it may sort of, you know, have some issue cutting through that paper. Right there. There we go. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but let's do some cardboard cutting, right? Got some cardboard here. This one's on the thinner side. Remember, when cutting cardboard, don't cut perpendicular, but rather at an angle like this. And yeah, it definitely wants to cut through that cardboard. I'll tell you that. Let's see. I'm going to do it a little bit slower at first, and then I'll pick up the pace. All right. Okay. It's going through the cardboard. I do feel the thickness on the blade, though. Since it's not a full hollow ground, the flat grind is very small here towards the bottom part of the blade. It does get pretty thick right away, right? You can see the thickness right there on that blade. I can feel that going through the cut. So it actually bites really good, but then the wedge gets pretty wide very quickly. And you know, again, it still performs. It still will do the job, right? Clearly, it's cutting through this material, but you know, as compared to something very slim, right? Something like a very slim blade in general, you will certainly feel the girth on this one. There's no doubt about that. There's no way to overcome that at all. But you guys be the judge. Let me know in the comments, how sharp is this guy? How much of an edge has it retained? Rated on a scale from 1 through 10, of course, 10 being the sharpest. Let me know. Well, there you have it, guys. That is the Trivisa. Hopefully I'm pronouncing it right. The task. And I want to say we do have a thumb stud on the other side. Can I reverse flick it? I can, but I'm telling you that middle finger there is getting a workout. That's how heavy that blade is. So yeah, I can get it to go, but the flick of the wrist certainly helps on that reverse flick. Again, you guys know the drill by now. I'm going to be carrying this guy here for some time. I'm going to be trying to gather as much feedback as I possibly can, and then I will be dropping a comprehensive review of this guy here in the channel very soon. So if you're not yet subscribed, this will be a great time to do so. I make knife and EDC content like this on a daily basis. I promise you, you'll be worth coming back for more. And if you got value or at least entertainment out of this video so far, smashing that like button really goes a long way for the YouTube algorithm. You can support the channel on Patreon or right here on YouTube by becoming a channel member. And of course, this knife and every other knife that you saw in this video will be linked down below. By the time you're watching this video, I would have already looked this guy up. Again, Trivisa is making a debut in the channel here, so I would have looked it up and I would have linked it down there if you're interested in checking prices, availability, variants, all that good stuff. Again, brand new company to the channel, brand new model here, and yeah, definitely making an impression, to say the least. The only drawback so far that I noticed is the situation here with that sharp corner, which I talked about earlier. I mean, other than that, everything else is pretty sweet. And you know, again, I'll have to carry it, you know, and see what the whole carry experience is like, and then I'll, you know, kind of go in more detail for that as far as the review goes here coming soon. But there you go, guys. Speaking of beastly knives, I'm going to put a beastly knife on your left and on your right, so you can check either one of these next. If you made it to the end, you are the real MVP. I love and appreciate you checking out the content here, supporting the channel. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll catch you on the next video, either this one or this one. Peace.